Air. Learning objectives. Air. Composition of air. Properties of air. Atmosphere. Air. The atmosphere surrounding the Earth is fully composed of air. The air in our atmosphere is made of different gases. Air is important for almost the entire life on Earth, including plants and animals. Plants need gases from air to use in photosynthesis. Animals need air to breathe. Composition of air. The most abundant gas found in our atmosphere is nitrogen. Nitrogen makes up around 78% of the total atmosphere, while oxygen makes up about 21%. This means that with each breath you take, you are breathing 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and rest with trace amounts of other gases, such as methane, hydrogen, carbon dioxide, and a form of oxygen known as ozone. The air also contains tiny amounts of water vapor. Composition of air. Nitrogen. About 4/5 of the air is nitrogen. We breathe in nitrogen, but we don't use it. Oxygen. About 1/5 of the air is oxygen. There are also small amounts of other gases in the air. Carbon dioxide. Another very important gas in the air is carbon dioxide. When we breathe out, we release carbon dioxide into the air. In daylight, plants take in the carbon dioxide. They need to live and grow, and make oxygen. They then release the oxygen back into the air. Green plants take in carbon dioxide from the air. Plants use carbon dioxide and water to make glucose, a type of sugar used for food energy. In the process, plants give out oxygen through their leaves. Properties of air. Air has the following properties. Air has weight or mass. What do air, milkshakes, ponies, children, trucks, and broccoli have in common? They are all made of matter. Matter is anything that takes up space or has weight. The weight of air is called air pressure. The air pressure is the same inside and outside your body. The pressure of air in tires can hold up the weight of a bike. Activity 12.1. Here is an experiment to weigh air. Blow up 2 balloons and hang one from each end of a strip of wood. Hang the center of the strip of wood from a thread tied to the back of a chair, so that you have a pair of balloon scales. With a pin, carefully make a little hole in one of the balloons near the knot to let the air out slowly. Watch what happens with your scale. Which weighs more, an empty balloon or a balloon full of air? Air weighs something. The air in a medium-sized room weighs about as much as you do. Air exerts pressure. Air exerts pressure in all directions. It can be proved by doing this simple experiment. Activity 12.2. Take an empty soda bottle with minimum thickness. Open the cap. Hold it in the mouth and suck all the air with a vacuum pump. What happens to the bottle? The shape of the bottle will be altered. Why? When we suck the air out of it, the air present outside the bottle will exert pressure on the bottle in all possible directions. Therefore, the bottle is crushed. Air occupies space. Air is all around us, and air is a gas. How do we know that the air takes up space? Take a balloon and blow it up. Fill it with air. That is, don't explode it. As the air enters the balloon from your lungs, the air, which is a gas, takes up space in the balloon. The balloon expands because the air inside needs to take up more space. So that is how you can see that air takes up space. Atmosphere. The different layers of the atmosphere are: troposphere. The lowest or first layer of the atmosphere is called the troposphere. The troposphere is bounded above by the tropopause, a boundary marked by stable temperatures. Above the troposphere is the stratosphere. It is mainly composed of nitrogen, 78%, and oxygen, 21%, with only small concentrations of other trace gases. Nearly all atmospheric water vapor or moisture, cloud and weather are found in the troposphere. The troposphere is thinner at the poles and thicker at the equator. The temperature decreases with altitude. Stratosphere. The stratosphere is the second major layer of the atmosphere. It lies above the troposphere and is separated from it by the tropopause. In this region of the atmosphere is the ozone layer, which absorbs most of the harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun. The stratosphere is almost completely free of clouds or other forms of weather. The stratosphere is separated from the mesosphere above by the stratopause. Mesosphere. The mesosphere is above the stratosphere. Here the atmosphere is very rarefied, that is, thin, and the temperature is decreasing with altitude, about -130 Fahrenheit at the top. It is separated from the stratosphere by the stratopause and from the thermosphere by the mesopause. Thermosphere. The thermosphere is the outer layer of the atmosphere, separated from the mesosphere by the mesopause. The few molecules that are present in the thermosphere receive extraordinary amounts of energy from the sun, causing the layer to warm to such high temperatures. Exosphere. The exosphere is the highest layer of the atmosphere. Together with the ionosphere, it makes up the thermosphere. In this region of the atmosphere, hydrogen and helium are the prime components and are only present at extremely low densities. This is the area where many satellites orbit the Earth. Layers of the atmosphere. Ionosphere. The ionosphere overlaps the other atmospheric layers from above the Earth. The air is ionized by the sun's ultraviolet light. These ionized layers affect the transmittance and reflectance of radio waves. Sci facts. The mesosphere is the coldest of the atmospheric layers. In fact, it is colder than Antarctica's lowest recorded temperature. It is cold enough to freeze water vapor into ice clouds. Summary. The air in our atmosphere is made of different gases. The most abundant gases found in our atmosphere are nitrogen, oxygen and argon. Air has the following properties: air has weight, air exerts pressure and air occupies space. Keywords. Air, a mixture of different gases needed for breathing. Atmosphere, the mass of air surrounding the Earth.